Hello and good afternoon. And on this edition of Park Bench, I'm your host, Nicole DeMarco, and I'll be sitting in with Pagosa Springs Town Mayor Donnie Volger. Thanks for joining me, Donnie.
You're welcome.
So first, let's get to know you a little bit. You've been in Pagosa Springs since the early 70s?
Since 73.
But there were probably a few years before that?
No, actually 73. I was 20 years old. I just got married and I moved to Pagosa Springs.
So I meant a few years of living elsewhere.
Elsewhere?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
I have.
Yeah, so where are you from and how did you get here?
Billings, Montana was born and moved before I started school. 4th grade in Boise, Idaho. Bountiful, Utah till I was a sophomore. And then we moved to Greeley and I finished out my first semester of college before I got married.
Okay, and then you ended up here. And you had a very robust career in our police department, correct?
Robust. I had a career in the police department.
25 years or how, 30 years?
30.
Yeah, that's a long career.
Yeah.
And so you retired early.
Yes, at 55.
Congratulations,
Thank
that's
you.
the dream. And then you decided, you do a lot of different things. I know you teach hunter education, but in terms of being the mayor, you first were on town council for a little bit and then graciously stepped up into this role as the mayor of our community. What compelled you to service?
Well, I didn't want to necessarily, I never saw myself in politics. You know how politicians are, right?
Right.
And so I was asked to put in a letter of intent for an opening that they had by the town manager at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And so I went ahead and said, if nobody else puts in, then I'll go ahead and submit one. And nobody did for quite a while, so at the last minute I went ahead and submitted a letter, and then right after I submitted a letter, somebody else did. But I was already stuck. So I got appointed for a year term. And then the election came up and nobody was running. And so I decided to go ahead and run for a term as the council member.
And that was in 2014.
As long, yeah, it's a while ago. Mm-hmm.
So you've served one 4-year term and you're almost halfway through the second.
Yeah, as the mayor.
As the mayor.
And I didn't, after 5 years just on the council, then Ross Aragon decided to step down. And so for a number of reasons, I decided to go ahead and run for the mayor's slot, even though I had never aspired to do that.
I think sometimes those make the best politicians.
Depends on who you talk to.
Well, in full disclosure, I am on town council, and I can say that as on the council, you have created a very strong culture of participation and dialogue and respect. And so I very much appreciate you creating that.
Thank you. You're making me blush. Go ahead.
So what are you most proud of in the 6 years you've been the mayor thus far?
The culture that has been developed and being a part of that and being part of a just wonderful team. As you know, we've got a great council and we've got a wonderful town manager and the staff. We don't have a weak link, really. If you look at the whole staff, all of them are really working for the best interest of the town. So I'm most proud of the team that I'm privileged to work with.
Well, and there's all kinds of interesting stuff that the town is doing, and I agree that that's executed by the staff, and they take our direction and run with it. It's very cool to be part of all of that. But if you were to just highlight some of the things that in the year ahead that you want to focus on or that are particularly important to you, what would those be?
Well, first of all, of course, we've got our 3 joint priorities with the county. And over this last year, there's been a bit of a breakdown because of some disagreements on, well, with the jail issue and the road and bridge issue. Well, anyway, some of those things. And it's not as good as I would like to see it. And so I would like to see a whole lot of improvement in how well we work closely together. And I think that's possible. I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah, so working with the town, having improving that cooperative relationship. And then just real quickly, what are the 3 strategic priorities?
Well, there's workforce housing, It's a shortage all over the country and in Colorado, especially with our growth. And then early childhood development and care, and then broadband.
Okay, so that's quite an agenda for the upcoming year, and the reality is that's for into our future. And then I guess just to close things out, Donnie, what is it that you love most about Pagosa Springs?
Well, a lot of people would tell me that they moved here because of the beauty of the environment. I love the environment we have. I couldn't think of a better place to be, but that's not the most important thing to me. The most important thing is the people. I think that the tagline that they came up with, the refreshingly authentic small mountain town, is perfect. And I think that we have the ability to go ahead and maintain that culture no matter how many people we have. So that's what I love about Pagosa Springs, is the people and the lifestyle and being able to know people and being authentic.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Donnie, for your time. And I look forward to working with you for the next 2 years.
And I look forward to working with you.
Okay.